Good morning. Hopefully I'm in exactly the right place. So I'm going to wait and see if I get a couple of you joining me. Please make yourselves at home. While we are waiting, if you are watching this on the replay, please do let me know how you get on. I would absolutely love to know what comes up for you during the session, what word or phrase you choose to be your guiding light for 2022. So please do treat this as if it was a live session. Comment, let me know what's coming up as it comes up. So I have got some music playing. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I don't know if it's too loud. I don't know. I don't usually play music, but I thought this practice is so much more potent with music. So those of you that have jumped on to join me, if you want to let me know if you can hear the music. If you can't hear the music, no big deal. We will just get your own music on. That's what I'd invite you to do. While we're waiting for a few more people to join, let me know who it is that's watching me. Let me know if you're new to the group, if you've been here a while. Also, if you want to grab yourself some water, really, really important to have some water on hand, and you are going to need a notebook, you are going to need a pen, and just get whatever you need to make yourself feel like this is a magical practice. Allow this to feel like a ritual. I've got a candle burning. I've got, like I say, I've got music on. I have got my oracle cards with me, and I've also saged. Well, I've used Palo Santo actually to cleanse the space before I have begun. So I know lots of you are going to watch this on the replay. There's so many comments and messages and emails actually from people saying that they're really sorry that they can't be here live. So it's nice to see there's quite a few of you that have jumped on with me right now. So I'm going to start actually before we go any further with a card that I have pulled just while we are waiting for you to get yourself sorted. Please do say hello, as I said. Sometimes I'm using StreamYard, so sometimes that doesn't let me see who it is. It might come up as Facebook user. So just let me know who you are at the end of your comment if you've not given StreamYard permission for me to see your comments. I love using StreamYard, but that is the annoying part about it. So I'll just put my comments on so I can see you. Good morning, Jenny. Let me know how you're feeling. So I pulled this beautiful, beautiful card. I don't know if you can see, to be our guiding light for today's session. So hi, Anne-Marie, and hello, Facebook user. I don't know who that is, but whoever's saying good morning, let me know who it is. And very good morning to you as well. I can't believe it's January, actually. It is this year, or last year, I should say. It's been an absolute whirlwind, hasn't it? And I sort of found myself a little bit shocked by the fact that we're in the new year. We still have, oh, hi, Kitty. I need to message you as well. We've still got our Christmas decorations up. I know today's like the last day, and I tried to do it yesterday. I ran out of time. So today, please, God, allow me to take these decorations down. I've had enough of them. I've literally had enough, but I just haven't got the time to put them away. We've got 2 trees in this house, and there's stuff everywhere. We really went to town this year, so I've got a lot of putting away to do. Anyway, good morning, Chloe. I feel like I've not spoken to you for ages, Chloe, so it's nice to have you on. So this is the card that I pulled for our session today. It is Breath of the Cosmos. What a beautiful, beautiful card. I don't know if you can see that very clearly on your screens. I don't know how you're watching me. But what came up for me, I think, as always, the synchronicity is just ridiculous. Hi, Lindsay from Daisy Days. Oh, my goodness. I do remember you, actually. And do you know what's really strange is that I was actually thinking about you the other day because I remembered that I'd done a session for you and your husband before your baby was born, and I was literally right near where you live. So anyway, so it's very, very nice to have you here. So this card, Breath of the Cosmos. So what this is telling me, and what the message that I want to bring forward for you all, is that sometimes we try and micromanage the universe. We try and control our destiny. And whilst I absolutely believe in like taking aligned action, and that you have a degree of choice, you know, you're a human being, you can choose how you want to show up in this world. I think we get so caught up in the details. Like, we set these visions for ourselves, we set these goals for ourselves, and we forget that we're not doing this on our own. You know, when we think about our goals, and if you're worried that they might not come true, or there's a slight element of fear, or you know, there's this apprehension with it. What if I don't? I almost don't want to ask for what I want. I don't want to dream big. I don't want to go for that thing that I want in case I don't actually get it in the end. And wherever there's the presence of fear, it's a sure sign you are relying too much on yourself. This is what this card is telling us. This is about allowing yourself to be supported, allowing the universe, God, source, spirit, guides, whatever you want to call it, whatever your beliefs are, allowing that energy, that thing that's bigger than just you and I on our own, to help support you and guide you. And literally the way that I see it is that we have, you know, we've got a destiny, we've got a purpose, but we have to choose to step into that calling. If we choose to take small steps forwards without worrying about whether we're getting it right or whether we're getting it wrong, if we surrender to the will of the universe, if you like, the path is so much easier. I often think about, you know, when things feel difficult, when they feel heavy, when they feel scary, it's like swimming upstream, you know, and we have that opportunity to tune into wisdom from source, from spirit, from ourselves, from our soul, which is going to make things a lot easier for us. We've got an opportunity to swim upstream. Downstream is what I mean. So what I want you to do, and this is what it says on this card, is stop micromanaging. Stop trying to cling on to control. You literally can't get this wrong. Move from my will, the way I want it to be, my expectations of what I want things to look like and what is best for me, and move towards like a soul-aligned vision, a soul-aligned will, a universal will. You know, it's moving from my will to thy will. Okay, you ask the universe, please show me the way, please guide me, please take me on that downstream route, relinquish control. And the minute you allow yourself to just surrender and be guided and build that connection, and that's what's really weird about this card, is that next year, oh, I love that, Chloe. Chloe's saying exactly what I needed to hear today. That's beautiful, Chloe. Next week, part of the workshop that I'm doing on Tuesday and Wednesday, well, a massive part of the workshop I'm doing next week is all about how to connect to that soul wisdom, that soul guidance, so that you don't feel alone, you know, and so that you can feel alive, you can feel connected, you can feel strength, you can feel supported. And when we begin to work with that connection, you begin breathing the breath of life. So this is the breath of the cosmos. You've got access to that. It's always with you. It's always by your side. We never lose that connection to divine guidance, to divine support, to angelic support, to, you know, the support of God. Whatever your belief system is, that thing that is bigger than you or I on our own, we're never denied that support. It's just that we have these veils that we place upon ourselves that kind of silence that support, that create this distance between the support. So what we're going to be learning next week is how to build that connection in, how to nurture it, how to make that voice and that wisdom and that guidance come through stronger, so you feel more supported, more strength in every day, and you begin to breathe the breath of the cosmos. Okay, I want you to really, this is so bizarre, because that is what the whole point of this workshop is this way of setting goals for the new year allows you to work with the universe. It allows us to co-create rather than just setting these goals that are really coming from our head, how we think we should live, what we think success looks like, what we think we should be doing at age 30, age 40, age whatever you are. This allows this practice, this process of choosing a guiding word or a guiding light for the year allows us to move forward with more freedom, with more fluidity, so that we can get that support, so we can evolve, so we can change, so we can have experiences way better than the ones that we thought we were going to have for ourselves. So I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to start talking to you now about why. Let me know if this is making sense, by the way. Let me know if that resonated with you. I love those cards. So why should we drop our New Year's resolutions and start creating this idea of a guiding principle, a guiding light, a guiding word for the year? When I started to do this, a lot of you have seen my post yesterday. The year I quit on my New Year's resolutions. I set New Year's resolutions as normal, and then I quit on that. And I decided to move forward with this practice. When I did that, I had potentially the best year that I've ever had in terms of my business and in terms of my personal life. But it also allowed me to have that fluidity. We evolve as people. Who I am today is not who I'm going to be tomorrow. When you set yourself a very fixed, that traditional goal setting, that traditional New Year's resolution style of setting fixed outcomes for yourself, tomorrow you might not want that. Hands up if you've set something for yourself and then like a week later you've gone, actually, I don't know if I want that anymore. This allows us to evolve and change and grow. It allows for you to have that growth. Rather, I find New Year's resolutions keep us stuck. We keep us fixed in that vision of who I am and who I want to be today. Tomorrow, I can quantum leap. I can grow. I can stretch myself in a moment. I could listen to somebody's live, or I could go to a workshop, or I could have a conversation with my child or my partner or whoever else and feel different, feel growth. Have that shift can happen so quickly. And I think New Year's resolutions, the traditional sense, keep us stuck. This allows for you to grow and evolve and change. It also allows you to embody how you want to feel and what you want to achieve in every moment of every day. The way that I use my word for the year, the way that I use my whisper from my soul, the way that I use that soul aligned choice of how I want my life to feel, that's what you're essentially doing. Is you were creating today a choice, for how you want your life to feel, and you're going to use a word which defines, which sums up how you want to feel. When I have made that choice, it allows me each and every day to take small, deliberate actions which are inspired by my true desires. And that is what creates a life that we love. It allows me, every time it gets to a decision gate, every time I get to work on a project or not, every time I think about which way should I launch, what workshop should I do next, where should I go on holiday even, what do I want to have for my dinner even, all these decisions, these mini micro decisions. When I have this word or this phrase in mind, I can have that in the back of my head and say to myself, will this decision I'm making right now allow me to feel how I want to feel? If I've got my New Year's resolution list, all that's telling me is that I should be showing up at the gym at this time, for example. I shouldn't be eating that chocolate bar at whatever day. I should be sending out X amount of emails each day if you're in business. This allowing yourself to choose a word or a phrase which describes how you want to feel allows me in every moment to say, right, by doing X, Y, Z, am I going to feel the way that I want to feel? It also allows me in that way to have really strict boundaries for myself. I can say no to things knowing that's not going to make me feel the way that I want to feel. to give you an example, to put this into context, the year that I was talking about in my post, my word for the year was velvet. And the reason I wanted to choose velvet was, if you think about velvet, it's smooth, it's easy. You know, you want to touch it. You want to sort of like get into it. There's depth to it. I wanted my life to feel luxurious. I wanted my life to feel shimmering. I wanted my life to feel like that ease. Like I wanted to go downhill. I wanted to take everything to feel easy. Hi, Emma. Nice to have you. But that's how I wanted my life to feel. And oh my goodness, it absolutely definitely did. But it allowed me to make those decisions where I said, you know what? And boundary and set really firm boundaries. Is this going to make me feel like velvet? If I do this thing, is it going to make me feel like velvet? If I'm having these conversations with people and relationships with people, I'm going to places and I'm doing things, do I feel like velvet here? If I don't, I'm out. It allows me to have a sort of, it's more practical. It's allowing me to build my core desires into how I operate every day. When you told us about the velvet word for the year, that's when I started to do it. I found it so inspiring. That's from Emma. I know. And do you know what? It was my favorite word. And I think because I really, really felt it, that's why that year in particular was just amazing and literally effortless. Like I've had some big successes since, but I've had to work, you know. It's not always felt as effortless as that year did, you know. So when you're thinking about, I'm going to take you through the process of picking, you know, we don't do it with our head. So don't be sat there now thinking, what's my word going to be? Don't do it. That's classic me. That's what I'd be doing. Remember to, where's that card gone? Relinquish control. It's going to come from your soul, not from your head. It's going to come from your heart, not from your head. So don't think about it yet. Let's just get to that point. I've already spoke about co-creation. So it allows us to co-create with the universe. You know, when you've got a really fixed goal, it might not actually be what the universe wants for you. You know, like we do have a sense of self-will and choice and control over our destiny, but we also have this opportunity to step into this highest vision of ourselves. You know, if I'm to fulfill my full potential, then you know, it's coming from soul space. It's coming from, it's a universal thing. You know, when we talk about our purpose and living our purpose, your purpose is always twofold. It's always about your personal growth and your journey, and basically allowing you to become like a really fearless, strong, heart-led, soul-led, courageous, like compassionate, beautiful human being. But it's also about service to the world, you know, so that's going to come from soul space as well. And connected to that, what this allows us to do is create a set of guiding principles, to create a core desired feeling, to create like I say, that guiding light. That word becomes your guiding light through life, but it's coming from your heart. It's coming from your soul, not from your head. You know, when we set traditional New Year's resolution, what is wrong with my, sometimes this happens to me when I'm really excited about something, I can't get my words out. But New Year's resolutions traditionally come from the head. You know, they come from society. They're based on external outcomes. You know, it's around what society deems is acceptable for us to be doing, how we should look, what we should be achieving, what we should be striving for, what success looks like. It's society's definition of that quite often. You know, they're quite linear, they're quite practical, whereas this allows you to set some sort of goals for yourself, how you're going to move forward, but it's coming from the heart, it's coming from the soul space. I find it's a really compassionate way to set goals. It's still motivational. It's still really powerful in terms of, you know, that momentum that you get from setting New Year's resolutions, you know, but it's more compassionate. When you're shouting goals at yourself, it deafens your truth. I can't say that enough, that it feels very shouty. It feels very should. It feels very like if you don't do this, there is something wrong with you. Whereas this allows you to move forward with the energy of I am who I am. I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm going to fall off the wagon. And maybe I'm going to have that chocolate biscuit, but I can still feel how I want to feel. It's the shoutiness of that goal setting and the self-criticism and the feeling of feeling left behind or not good enough when you don't achieve those goals is really quite detrimental to how we feel about ourselves. But this allows you to move forward with that more compassionate energy for your humanness. But ultimately the reason why we do this is we're allowing the whispers of our soul to come forward. This is how your soul wants you to feel. The reason why we're doing it this way is because everything that we do is driven by a feeling. We have our thoughts, which are sometimes driven by our nervous system. Next week, if you want to learn more about how your nervous system, how your physiology, how your body language influences how you think and how you feel, please do tune in Wednesday, because I'm going to be talking lots about that. So the caveat to what I'm about to say is the nervous system also has a part to play, but we're going to talk about that next week. Your thoughts define your feelings or influence your feelings, and your feeling influences or drives your behavior or your actions. And underneath the things that you think that you want for your life, and it's okay to have human wants, like I really want a Gucci handbag. I also, absolutely more than that, want a Chanel handbag. That's okay. That's on my list of things that I want. But underneath that desire to have that thing is actually a desire to feel a certain way. So what we're doing with this process is we're cutting to the chase. Rather than saying, I will earn X amount of money so that I can buy the handbag, this is about, I'm going to move towards feeling the way that I want to feel when I've got the handbag, or the way that I am going to feel when I've got the handbag on my arm and I'm walking into Harrods to buy it. That kind of thing. We're cutting to the chase. And how often have you achieved your goals and still felt crappy because they're not in alignment with how you actually want to feel? You think that they're going to give you a certain feeling because you've based that goal or that outcome, you've based that challenge that you've given yourself on what society deems is the right thing for you to do. But when you get it, you still feel like crap. Like, how many times has that happened to you? Because I know it has happened to me as well. And you're sort of left again punishing yourself, thinking, I've got all this stuff in my life, I've got this, I've got that and the other, and I still feel empty, I still feel unfulfilled, I still feel frustrated, I still feel XYZ. This allows me to cut to the chase, get rid of the stuff, get rid of the challenge, get rid of all of that. How do I want to feel in every given moment? And connected to that as well, next week we're going to be talking a lot more about manifesting. But if you know anything about manifesting at all and the law of attraction, we know that like attracts like. In order for me to get my Chanel handbag, I know that I have to be a vibrational match for the handbag, right? So everything, if you don't know any, I'm going to talk more about it next week, but most of you will understand that if we look at anything underneath the microscope, it's vibrational energy. It's molecules that are vibrating really, really quickly. That's what keeps things held together. That's what's keeping my laptop together. If I looked at it under the microscope, it's a load of molecules all vibrating really quickly together. The fact that each molecule is on the same vibration is what keeps it stuck together, right? It keeps it in one piece. If I want to have a Chanel handbag, I have to be a vibrational match for that handbag, because like attracts like. But I cannot be a handbag, right? This is what always makes me laugh. I'm like, I can't be a handbag. But what I can be is the feeling that I'm going to have when I have got the handbag. Is that making sense? This is what we're allowing ourselves to do in this moment right now, is to let go of all the material stuff. Really, underneath all that material stuff that you want, all of those goals that you've set, is a feeling that you want to have. That's what we're trying to pull out of the soul. We want to have it from here rather than from up here. If that makes sense, do let me know. I can't be a handbag, but I can feel how I'm going to feel when I have got my handbag on my arm, because feelings are vibrations as well. Okay, so the Chanel handbag has its own vibration. I can match my feelings to that more easily than I can become a handbag. So hopefully that makes sense. And we're going to get to it in a minute. I'm just going to have a look at these gorgeous. So Emma is saying my word for last year was expansive. I wanted things I did to feel too big, that little bit of it. Oh my goodness me, though. How expansive in that way you've just described it was your year. For those of you that don't know, Emma ended up on the BBC News talking about her amazing business and her passion for teaching kids mindfulness and meditation. So if that is not expansive, I don't know what is, because if you know Emma, or I can tell you a little bit about Emma now, but when she first came to Exhale, oh my word, did she have the confidence to do that? Probably not. It was always in there, but she didn't believe she could do it. Hi, Jane. Nice to have you. We've not started the practice yet, so you're absolutely just made it just in time. Chloe is saying my word with you when you led us through the practice last time, I'm guessing, was luminous, and now that's the basis for my whole business. I'm doing it with my membership ladies tonight. Perfect. I love that. And I love to see that ripple effect of it going out into the world. And now it's not such a bizarre concept. When I first started to introduce this to the Exhale instructors and the ladies that I was coaching, they were like, what is this? But now look at what's happening. And I do love that. Chloe's business is called Becoming Luminous. Beautiful business. Beautiful. Okay. Let me see what Jenny said. Jenny's saying, makes sense. I didn't even know this was live. What's happening this morning? Turned my phone on and the alert was the first thing I saw. Decided to drop everything, join you as the universe. Obviously thought I needed this. Absolutely. You're in exactly the right place. So if anyone needs to go at any point, please do. But if you can, we're going to start. We're going to stay. It's going to take us maybe about 20 minutes, half an hour to get through the practice itself. So if you need to tell anybody that you're going to be late, if you need to silence your phone, if you need to move into a nice quiet space, please do it. I absolutely believe that whether you watch this now or whether you're watching on the replay, you are meant to see it. There'll be something in it. It might not be, the whole thing might not resonate with you. You might find the practice, there might be some resistance that comes up at some point, but there'll be something in it that you were meant to hear, whether that be the first card that we pulled, whether that be this discussion right now, or whether that be the practice itself. Okay, let's have a look. Fabulous. Okay, so we are going to start. So let me just see if I can get this back to the start. Right. Okay. So I don't know if you can hear the music or not, but it helps me to have it here. If you can't hear the music, it's very quiet at the moment, but it will get louder. If you want to put your own music on, I would absolutely recommend that, like I said, right at the start. So we're going to start now. If you want to have a little bit of water, if you've got some with you, the more hydrated you are, the easier it is for you to connect to that divine part of yourself, your soul. We'll talk more about why that happens next week. It's really important. Okay, so got my book, I've got everything out, I have everything written down. So if you see me looking down, it's just to check that I'm going through the practice and the process properly. I've not done this for myself yet, and I really need to do it. I've done my vision board, but I've not done my guiding light, my whisper from my soul yet. So what I really want you to do right now is just allow yourself just to be where your feet are. So if you're sat in a chair, just making sure that your feet are connected and grounded to the floor. So that's big toe, little toe, heel, grounded, connected. You can close your eyes if you need to, or just lower the gaze if that feels more comfortable. And just allowing yourself just to be where your feet are. Drop the shoulders, release the jaw. And just taking some nice deep breaths. You want that breath to begin through the nose. The tummy expands and works up into the chest. Then I want you to release that breath through the mouth, slow and steady all the way up. I want you to do that a couple more times. And it's perfect timing as I'm looking out the window. It's snowing here. This looks so beautiful. And you're so beautiful yourselves in this moment. Just connect to that energy of yourself, knowing that you're completely worthy of all of your desires. Whatever's written on your heart, just allow it to be there. Let go of expectations. Allow your soul to show you the way. And just for a moment before we begin the process, I want you to take your hands to your heart. And just remind yourself by saying, I am safe. I am loved. I am enough. If you need to breathe that into your body, do so now. Nice deep breaths through the nose, all the way into the tummy. And sighing anything out through the mouth. So anything that's not serving you, anything that's the presence of fear, just allow that to leave. Just settle. And just asking yourself now, how do you want to feel? What do you want to call into your life? What could life look like if you allowed yourself just to be guided by your soul? And just keeping your hands on your heart space, just asking your soul to please show me the way. Please show me the way. And then for a few moments, I want you to imagine that your breath is moving in and out through the heart space. So that breath moves in through the heart, moves around the heart, and then back out through the heart as well. So just imagining that breath like it's got an energy of its own. Maybe you see it like smoke or glitter. Just energy with the colour moving in through the heart, around the heart, and back out of the heart as well. And just continuing to imagine that thread of energy, almost like the infinity symbol, like a number 8. It weaves in through the heart. Imagine your heart at the centre of that symbol, the centre of that number 8. And what this process is allowing us to do is to move out of the head into the heart. So just allowing yourselves just focus your mind just lightly, just gently on that image, or just get a sense of that in your body. Allowing yourself to drop out of the head and into the heart. If you feel like you need to yawn or stretch or breathe deep or sigh out, allow that to happen. Keep the shoulders dropped and jaw released. So allowing yourselves just to be in this moment. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I want you to get your pen and a piece of paper. And I'm going to read out some phrases, some questions. It's a rapid fire session. It's supposed to be quick. So don't wake yourselves up too much. Don't panic if you haven't got an answer to the question. Just move on to the next. Don't think about it. Don't judge it. It's going to be questions around our health, our career, our relationships, our spirituality. And this is what we call a soul limber. So this is just about you getting out of your head and into your heart, into your soul space. So don't judge the questions, don't judge your answers. I'm going to be going through quick. All you've got to do is just write your words or phrases that come up for you when I ask you these questions. Okay, so I'll begin. I want you to tell me what you crave. I crave. And then write whatever comes forward for you. If nothing does, wait for the next one. I crave. Next one. Other than time or money, what I want more of is. Other than time or money, what I want more of is. It's a word or a phrase. Next one. I need to give myself more permission to be. I need to give myself more permission to be what? I need to give myself more permission to be. Don't judge it, just write it down. What is different about me is. What's different about me is. What do I do most naturally? What's the most natural thing for me to do? One word, one phrase. What do I do even though I don't want to? What do I do even though I don't want to? What brings me alive is. What brings me alive is. One word, one phrase, one picture, one doodle, whatever it is for you. What brings me alive is. This reminds me of who I truly am. This reminds me of who I truly am. One word, one phrase, one image. Doesn't need to make sense to anyone else. This weighs me down. What weighs you down? What one thing, one word, one place, one person? What weighs you down? Don't judge it. The best piece of advice I've ever given is. The best piece of advice I've ever given is. Don't think too hard if nothing comes through. Don't worry. I get through tough times because. I get through tough times because. What one word, one picture, one phrase, one image. What feeling. I value. Pick one thing, one place, one person, one feeling. I value. I believe in. What one thing do you believe in? One thing you believe in. My joy comes from. Pick one thing. My joy comes from. What brings you joy? One person, one place, one feeling, one word, one phrase. Next, the colour of joy is. What's the colour of joy? What does joy sound like? What does joy sound like to you? the scent of joy is. What does joy smell like? Moving on to love. Love smells like. What does love smell like to you? What is the color of love? What does love look like? In my body, appreciation feels like. How does appreciation feel physically in your body? What does bliss feel like in your body? What is the color of bliss? What does bliss look like? Okay, moving on to relationships. With people, I am. So one word, one phrase, one feeling. With people, I am. I feel vulnerable when. When do you feel vulnerable? One word, one place, one person, one feeling. What feels ever present and steady within me? What one thing feels ever present and steady within me? When I'm feeling free and strong, I tend to, what do you tend to do or feel or say when you're feeling free and strong? I keep this locked up and hidden away. What part of you, what feeling, what thing do you keep locked up and hidden away? What's hidden still? I am proud of what one thing, one word, one place, one feeling, one phrase. I am proud of, what is it? My favorite feeling is. My favorite feeling is. What moves and touches me deeply is. So what thing, what place, what person, what value, what feeling touches you and moves you deeply? What are you doing when you feel moved? I'm grateful for. What are you most grateful for? I'm grateful for. And when you look at your life, what's not working? What's not working? Moving on to your body and your health. What are you grateful for in terms of your body and your health and your physicality? Your physical body, what are you grateful for? And also, what's not working in terms of your health, your wellness, your body? With your relationships, so this could be romantically, with friends, with neighbours, with community, with groups. What or who are you grateful for? In terms of work relationships, what's going great with work? So it could be one word, one phrase, one feeling. What's going great with relationships? When you think about your work, your collaborators, your peers, your colleagues, your clients, your customers, your mentors, your teachers, what's going great? What one word, phrase, what's going great? When I speak my truth, I feel. When I speak my truth, I feel. My soul speaks like. How does your soul speak? What does it sound like? When I'm connected to my soul, I feel. When I'm connected to my soul, I feel. And now I want you to have a look at all of those words and phrases and feelings that are on your page. And I want you to have a look at those words. And I want you to just, without any judgment, look at the words, the phrases. And I want you to circle 10 or fewer of those words. So 10 at the most, without judgment, without questioning. You can even, if you feel like you're choosing from your head, I want you to place your hands back onto your heart and breathe in and out through the heart space before you allow your hand just to be guided where it needs to be. It doesn't need to make sense to anybody else. If you're struggling to pick 10, I'm going to read out some other positive words and feelings that you can write down and add to your list if you feel called to. Abundant, accomplished, attractive, amazed, courageous, considerate, cherished, cheerful, decisive, determined, dynamic, easy, effective, elegance, empowering, exciting, exquisite, feminine, focused, gentle, glamorous, graceful, guided, grounded, harmonious, healthy, healed, healing, homely, hopeful, illuminated, innovative, inspired, joyful, liberated, limitless, loved, luminous, magical, mindful, natural, nourished, open, overjoyed, passionate, pleasant, prosperous, proud, purposeful, receptive, refreshed, relaxed, rested, rich, romantic, sacred, secure, seen, serene, settled, spirited, strong, tenacious, thankful, thrilling, treasured, understood, unified, unique, valuable, vibrant, warm, wealthy, wholesome, and wonderful. So hopefully you've got 10 or fewer that are resonating with you. And we just start to get a short list of words that might be the one that feels like it speaks to you. I want you to get underneath it, get inside the words. Try to avoid big sweeping concepts and have a look for themes. Sometimes there's so many words that kind of feel nice to us. I want you to see if there's a few that you feel drawn to. Is there a way of combining them, or are there any themes that are coming through? I want you to think about if you can narrow it down to 2 or 3. I want you to say the word out loud. Does it make sense to you in here, not in your head, but does it feel right? And then I really want you to think about, what does it feel like to be that word, whatever word is calling to you most? What does it feel like to be? Try them on for size if you've got a few. What does it feel like to be loved, for example? The reason why I use that example, it's because there's a difference. I can say I want to feel loved, but that is dependent on external circumstances. The word that you pick wants to allow you to just be present in your own experience without the need of anybody else being present. So we could then change that to, I want to feel love, because that's me giving and receiving that feeling as well. It's not dependent on somebody else giving me that feeling. So I want you to really get underneath, get into it, say it outside of yourself. What does it look like to be that word? What would life look like to be that word? If I felt like that all the time, if I was working towards feeling like that all the time, remember that our feelings aren't tangible, they are changeable, they come and they go, but we can move towards these positive feelings. There's nothing wrong with experiencing negative emotion. There's nothing wrong with experiencing anger and frustration. It's part of being a human being. Same as feeling sadness, feeling grief, feeling loss, feeling disappointment. But we always have this as our guiding light. Can I make a decision here that's going to move me back towards the way that I want to feel? So I want you to think about, what does it feel like to be whatever word? What does it look like to be whatever the word is? What does it sound like to be whatever the word is? What's really underneath that word? What is that about? Let me know. Have we got any words yet? Anything coming out for anybody? Let me know in the comments box if you've got your words, or if you are stuck. Let me know and I will help you. You will still decide. We're not going to decide for you. You will decide. If you're stuck, you're too much in your head. Let's get out of your head, get into your body. Anybody brave enough, anybody got one or toying with one, remember that you can change your mind as well. I need to do this for myself. And then what I really want you to do, once you've got your word, glow. I love that, Jane. Oh, that's perfect for you, because it feels to me like you're finally free, like you're letting go of and I'm closing my eyes because it's coming from soul rather than head, and that helps me stay there. But it feels like for you, this is your time to just be Jane. to let go of all of the responsibilities, everything you do for everybody else. This is your time. And glow allows you to just radiate that. You've got such a beautiful, beautiful energy. When Jane's one of our Exhale instructors, and she came and worked with me at Soul Circus Festival. And oh my goodness, Jane didn't teach a class, but she was helping run the tent. It was beautiful. Her energy just radiate out. So the glow allows you to just send that out to other people, allow yourself to be seen. That's what it feels like to me. It's like Jane is here now. So Chloe's saying, I've got a few. I've got belief, courage, flow. Kitty's saying illuminated and passionate. Gorgeous. Have a play around with it. Say it out loud. How can you, like every time you make a decision, for me, I go, right, can I help? Because that word, is that tangible enough to me, what that means to me in order to allow me to make better decisions? So when I used the word velvet, it was like, does the decision feel like velvet to me? Okay. So Jenny's saying my top 3, which kept showing up, are kindness, laughter, sharing, community, not sure which to go with. Which one feels lightest in your body? Which one feels more exciting in your body? Which one feels more like how you want to live rather than what you want to do? Like, how do you want to be? So for me, and I'm not picking for you, but the sharing is more about how we are, what we're doing. How do I want to feel as I am doing the sharing? So I'm not saying you can't do the sharing, Jenny, but what I want you to do is like think about, how do I feel when I'm sharing? How do I want to feel when I'm sharing? Okay. Oh, Jane's crying. You honestly, it's your time. I promise you. So so Jenny, hopefully that helps you. Chloe is, I think I'm between belief and courage, brave. Which one feels more like a feeling? I like both of those for you, actually. Is there a way of combining them together? But surely to have courage and be brave, you need belief, right, in yourself. So maybe, but I want you to pick. Emma's saying you totally glow. Oh, it might be Emma, or it might be Kitty. Okay, so I have strength, luxurious, light. Oh my goodness. Do you mean light as in like the image of light, like radiating and being the lighthouse? Or do you mean like physically light? Like, does this feel light to me? Because I also like that. I like luxurious as well. Why not have it luxurious life? Chloe's saying I want to feel courageous and want to put myself out there. Maybe that's the word. Jane is on day 8 of COVID. I really needed this. I am so glad that you've made it, Jane. It's your birthday next week, isn't it? Is it time to get excited? Celebrate yourself. Anybody else need help? The best thing to do with this is not judge it, not worry about if I get it, not worry about if anyone else gets it. Does it make sense to you? When you think about it now, when you close your eyes, when you put your hands on your heart, when you say, I am, whatever the word is, does that feel good in your body? Does that feel good? Okay, so we're just about done. Happy birthday for Tuesday. Oh, Emma. I like that then. So Emma is saying, I think a mixture of feeling light, also shining. So you get to define the word light, or maybe there's another word that suits it better, but it has that kind of like sense of, I want to feel light. I want to feel free. But I also want to share. I want to, radiate. I want to glow. Exciting. Chloe, is that a final decision? It doesn't have to be, but that'd be awesome if it was. Okay, so I'm going to leave you to make your decisions. Please let me know, did you enjoy that process? You don't put too much pressure on yourself right now to make a final decision. The whole point of this is that it allows you to evolve. Think about if you're struggling to pick a word, does this give me growth? Is this too fixed? Is this can I choose to be that in every moment? I can't wait to do mine actually. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Please do let me know if you have. Please also invite anybody into the group who would enjoy this kind of practice. Next week and the whole of January actually is all about us gathering our strength, being brave, using our physiology, using our soul team, using our spirit guides, using God, using whatever you want to call it, to propel us, to motivate us to move forward so we can be of service in the world, but also so that we can fulfill our highest purpose. Why am I so passionate about that? I'll talk more about that later. But I just really want you to live with that knowledge that, you make a difference. You're important. You are enough just as you are. Your journey, your lived experience is a beautiful, beautiful message and lesson to everybody else in the world. And since I've sort of been doing this, the freedom it's given to me personally, I'm not talking about financially, I'm not talking about like achievement wise, I just mean how it makes me feel in my body when I'm doing this work is priceless. This is what I'm meant to be doing. So if there's anybody that that isn't already in the group that is thinking about starting their own business, if they're spiritually minded, if they're into all this kind of stuff, if they want to share, particularly if they want to share spiritual practices with the world, whether that be breath work, mindfulness, meditation, or just this kind of stuff, please add them into the group. So we're talking a lot next week about the nervous system, about your physiology, how you can hack bravery, how you can hack confidence, how you can hack having belief and glowing, all that kind of stuff coming up next week. Thank you so much for joining me. So everyone's saying, let's have a look. Oh, actually, let's go here. You can absolutely pinch velvet. Do you know what I like about that? It's like really tangible, like you can feel it. It gives you a real good feel, like I want you, this is my fingers, but I very like that with how I talk and how I work. So absolutely, steel velvet work for me. Emma's saying freedom, love it. Love it. Emma is saying thank you, that was wonderful. Chloe is saying thank you, love that. Jenny's saying thank you. Thank you, beautiful. That's you, Kitty. I needed that today as well. I needed that. And Jane saying thank you too. So have a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I've got boyfriend is trapped in the garage. I've kicked him out of the kitchen and he's very cold. So he's messaging me saying, can he come out yet? So I'm going to let him out. And I will see you later in the week. Have a gorgeous, or next week probably. Have a gorgeous day. Let me know what your words are. If you've not picked, please let me know. Please, please, please. I'll be thinking about it. See you later.